3, 4, 5. Good evening out there. I'm really loud to myself.
But you have such a beautiful voice, Dave.
You checked everyone's mic except yours.
I did. I made that critical mistake. Welcome to Second Star, episode 3.
Speaking of critical mistakes.
Yeah. We will find out how many we can see happen, because that'll be exciting. Anytime your ship is trapped in a horrible gravitational anomaly is the time for experimentation with things.
That's right.
Yes.
Let's figure it out. So, excuse me. I'm Kadave. This is Star Trek Adventures by Modifius, our game Second Star, number 3. Yeah. To my left, our special guest star.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jim. Do I tell them what
Yes.
I am playing the emergency medical hologram as originally played by Bob Picardo.
Yes.
Oh, yes. So excited. Hi, I'm Jay. I'm playing Rorg, son of Chan, the chief engineer of the USS Barbican.
And I am Adam. I am playing Captain Isaac Malata, commanding officer of the USS Barbican. Currently has left his ship.
Oh, boy.
Obviously, do not have an XO that says, no, you can't go on away teams.
Right, yeah. Well, I was the XL.
Yes.
I was the one supposed to say that.
Being captain for 18 hours.
Right? Yeah, 18 hours.
Ship's disabled. You're on another ship.
Uh-huh.
Who knows
It's
what's
going
on.
great.
It's going great.
Sometimes you get some days you get the bear, some days the bear gets you. For sure.
Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug.
Yep.
All right. As some of you may have noticed, the crew has changed shape drastically. Some of our other players are super swamped and busy at this moment in time, thanks to the seasonal festivities coming up and all kinds of things. So it's all right. The game system has the cool mechanic where people get to pick up other characters when needed and play when they're not in a scene. So we're going to make do, and we're going to figure it out. Because I can't wait to keep going with the story.
Yes.
Right?
There's been way too many game cancellations lately, too.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
depressing.
Yeah.
Damn holidays.
That's what happens. People with lives and things going on. Need to start
worst.
Right. Yeah.
the weird
Yeah,
gaming
sometimes
commune.
people skip
Yeah.
games.
Hey.
Can't come.
It's like one time.
That's true.
It was one time.
Everybody gets one, for sure.
Right, yeah.
But it gets one.
Thanks, Spider-Man.
All right. So we should talk about what happened last episode.
Yes. All right. Captain's log, stardate 47711.2. With our ship caught in the pull of a peculiar anomaly, we began searching for information while I searched for options. Lieutenant Trop reported sensor readings of other objects caught in the anomaly, but without much detail. I got a little snarky with him, which Ensign Trist rightly pointed out was probably not the best response, given our situation. Trop cleaned up the readings, and we discovered 2 other ships, a recent model runabout and an NX-class ship, the USS Atlantis. The runabout was holding our replacement officers, Security Chief Lieutenant Asala Jojavet, Pilot Lieutenant Cordial, and my new first officer, who was unfortunately killed when the runabout was yanked into the anomaly from warp. We beamed them over to the Barbican just before the runabout was sucked into the center of the anomaly. Cordial was beamed directly to sickbay while Trist went to meet our new security chief in the transporter room, since Jojavet apparently had an extreme fear of transporters. Dr. Alas had her hands full stabilizing Ensign Jones, reviving Cordial, and studying the sedated Atlantis crew member we rescued from the surface. She discovered that our time-displaced refugee had a chemical imbalance that was affecting his sanity, probably from food he'd consumed while marooned. She got Cordial back on his feet and sent him to the bridge. I put Jojavet and Cordial to work immediately, along with Transporter Specialist Lieutenant Osul and Science Officer Lieutenant Ubrasi. I needed options, and I needed them immediately. We did discover a small runabout-sized object was at the center of the anomaly, drawing power from multiple sources, including our engines, and using it to fuel the gravitational waves. Trist went to sickbay to help with our refugee, and she discovered Dr. Alas asleep and possibly intoxicated. Not terribly surprised. They were unable to revive the patient, but did correct the imbalance. I needed to find out what he knew about the Atlantis, so I joined them not long after with Jojevet in tow. Jojevet tried a more direct method than medicine. A quick slap woke him up. His name was Lieutenant Kearney, and he was the armory officer on the Atlantis. We told him about his time displacement, and I ordered the doctor to get him cleaned up and checked out. I was more gentle than that, but I didn't have time to let him have a counseling session. Trist assured me she would do that later, if we all survive. Trist brought up her concerns about the doctor's state of intoxication. I trust lost to handle herself, but I did promise to order her to attend counseling sessions to make Trist feel more at ease. I guess she doesn't need to feel ease, but at least she will be satisfied following protocol. Plus, it'll be good for the doctor, or at least amusing to the rest of us. Computer, strike my last sentence. Back on the bridge, our simulations led us to believe a torpedo volley near the object would collapse the anomaly. It was unsuccessful and dislodged both the Barbican and the Atlantis from the calm area we were in, and we began slowly drifting towards the center. It was clear no amount of torpedoes would destroy the anomaly, but perhaps the Atlantis' warp core could, if we could get their crew safely off the ship. I beamed over with Dr. Alas, Lieutenant Jojevet, Ensign Trist, and Lieutenant Kearney. On board the Atlantis, we discovered that a sort of civil war had broken out. With the death of Captain Reinhard Suarez and some sort of shape-shifting doppelganger alien loose on the ship, paranoia had run rampant, and the first officer, Caitlin Mallory, and Chief Engineer Darlene Phillips were squared off for control of the ship. Somehow we have to uncover the alien, broker a peace, and get these people off the Atlantis before both crews are sucked into the anomaly and destroyed. No pressure.
No, none at all. This is great.
I really do like writing the captain's logs.
Yes.
So, that's where we were.
And you just got the announcement from Mallory.
Yes, yeah. Acting Captain Mallory had just made an announcement that I don't know why I didn't include this in my log. That was it that they'd taken control of the ship?
No, the chief engineer.
Oh, chief engineer.
They captured the chief engineer.
Phillips had been captured and was to be put on trial for mutiny.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And that the people could come. They had to surrender their weapons.
Yes.
At the computer core, which was the only open entrance to where they were.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and we did send a message to Captain Mallory, right?
Yes.
That we were from another Federation ship, and that I demanded to see her.
Yes, and asked her to come to you.
Yes, asked her to come to us. We were in the armory. Is that right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
It is now.
It is now. Sure. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have your armory. All your base are belong to us.
Don't make me use 2 pews.
Right? Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Because one pew is devastating.
Right. My 1 pew is equal to most people's 2 pews.
No.
But
It doesn't sound right when you say it.
Right? It doesn't. It sounds dirty.
Actually, I find it titillating. 80% of that is the fact that I want to say titillating.
Right? Yeah.
So, Kearney has sent off the message.
Uh-huh.
He gets a fairly rapid response back. Like, who is this? Now you've hacked into the computer system to try and impersonate dead officers? What kind of scum are you?
Is it a text communication? Kearney, give her your security code.
Oh, he punches it in, and he's like, "No, I swear, it's me." And like, he tries to initiate like a video communication, but it doesn't seem to go through.
Yeah.
And a little while later, you hear movement out in the hall. Because you guys are keeping... Well, what I should say is, before we get to that point, we should figure out what your plan is from here.
You just had a great idea, actually.
Okay.
I'm going to take Kearney and go to meet with Acting Captain Mallory.
Okay.
while Jojevet and Elas and Trist work on trying to figure out what this alien is and track it down and uncover it.
Okay.
Does that work?
That's totally fine.
I just thought of that. I'm like, oh, hey, actually, I can play the hero.
That's
Yes.
right.
That's right.
That is completely fine.
Yeah.
You task them on that, and they start talking to each other and opening tricorders and fiddling about trying to get this to work. They seem to be trying to use the notes that they're finding in the computer about what kind of this alien has done and that kind of stuff. And they pull up some information that it seems like after they were trapped in this anomaly, the alien appeared on the ship as like an energy cloud kind of thing that dove into a crewman. And then that crewman was gone, replaced by a duplicate of that crewman, who then ran out of the room. And that has started this whole mad hunt for who could be the... it seems like as they do some more computer research, they find out that the ship has really splintered into sort of 3 factions. So there was the engineers that are just trying to solve the problem of getting out of here. The command crew and the security crew are kind of unified in trying to be like, no, we can't leave with this alien on board. Who knows what it could do if it impersonated, killed everybody and then was the last survivor and got back to Federation space. And then the science team, they're pretty neutral between the two. But it seems like all of their efforts have been concentrating on trying to detect a way to figure out who this alien is. And it seems like they've made some progress, because there's some messages posted that are talking about, oh yeah, soon we'll be able to figure it out. Soon we'll know.
Okay.
That kind of a thing. But this has been going on for a while. Kearney was trapped on the planet. The time dilation gets worse the farther from the anomaly. So he was on the planet for what he thought seemed about 6 or 7 years. The ship, about 1.5 years, 2 years might have passed.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, as you add gravity, time slows.
Right.
So
And the anomaly is closer to the planet.
Yeah.
if Einstein is to be believed,
And he is.
And for now, why not?
yeah, he's
Right?
trustworthy.
All
Alex.
right now.
Let's
Yeah.
call him up on the holodeck and
There you
find
go.
out. Yeah.
Nice mustache. I got some questions.
Does that help you deduce the nature of reality?
Yes.
Back on the ship,
Yes.
you have had your hands full,
I'm just,
literally replacing almost every relay in engineering.
That's right. Everything blew in my face. It was not fun.
You've gotten things pretty much patched up.
Okay.
The problem is that this anomaly is directly draining power.
Right.
So as you're fixing systems and you expect things would be like coming back online, it's really not. Like
Right.
the ship would be in much worse shape if you didn't have the extra reactor energy.
Right, yep.
Yeah.
So if you didn't have auxiliary reactors on board, you'd probably have no power at all.
Right. Okay.
But the thing is slowly drawing both ships closer to the anomaly.
right.
But you've done pretty much everything you can do repair-wise.
Okay.
It's not 100%, but it's certainly patched up enough that if you can figure out what's up with the anomaly,
Yeah.
then you guys are good to roll.
Yeah. Have I been monitoring what's been going on with the command crew, or have it just been...
I'm sure.
Right.
I'm sure that they've been making reports back.
Right. So I know the plan is to blow the core on
Yeah.
the Atlantis.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely would have. Definitely would have shared that plan with you.
All right.
But they didn't expect this crazy Civil War
Yeah.
body snatching alien situation at the same time. So
All right.
that's where that is.
Well, I guess that's what I do. I sort of pull my head out of the Jeffries tube, check all the machines and the relays and the displays, and figure out the lay of the land, and like call up work to captain.
Go ahead, Lieutenant.
Well, situation here is about as stable as we can get it, Skip. We're still being pulled into the anomaly, though. That is not good.
Careful, Jim.
So, if we're going to be able to get out of here, like, what's the situation on your end?
Things have gotten a little more complicated than expected. Apparently, there's a mutiny and a civil war going on over here. We're going to have to solve that before we can try and get these people off of this ship.
Okay.
If you can make sure transporters are maximum efficiency, that needs to be our focus beyond getting out of here.
I got you, Skip. I'll keep the transporters at maximum efficiency. You guys, you need an extra hand over there, and things are pretty stable over here.
How's your knowledge of 22nd century ships?
Good.
Sure it is.
Sure. Do I need to roll for that?
To answer a specific question, yeah, but you
Okay.
can say
Yeah,
whatever you want.
No, it's good. It's good. I'm pretty up to date. You know, my specs are good.
Because we could use some help with figuring out what to do with this Warp 5 class.
Okay.
Why don't you beam on over?
I'll beam to your location.
Yeah.
Work out. And, make my way to engineering. Say,
Sure.
beam me to where the captain is.
You transport over, and it's a little rough.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the butter smooth next gen transports
Just-
that should be. Yeah. Like, clearly, whatever's out there, it almost feels like you're used to the feeling of just things phase away and then suddenly you're in a new place.
Right.
But this, it almost feels like the whole time in transit, A, it takes longer than it should, but B, it feels like you are walking through like a hurricane.
Okay.
So like just you get there and you're a little frazzled.
Okay.
Like
That was not fun. That was not fun at all, Skip. Let's try to avoid that until we can clear ourselves out of this situation.
Yeah, it was a little off-putting getting over here.
Yeah. Thanks for the heads up.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I like to keep you on your toes.
Yeah, I know. It's all right. It's all fine. It's fine.
Lieutenant Rourke, this is Lieutenant Kearney of the USS Atlantis.
Ah, Kearney. Good to see you.
yeah.
Up and about.
I again I thank you all so much for saving me from that planet. Who knew that eating tiny purple rabbits would cause you to become clinically insane?
Pretty much everyone. That's really self-evident. Just saying.
I don't eat eggplant because I find that color unnatural.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not 100% serious.
So there you go. All right. Well, we're again glad you're up and about. Can you help us out here in any way to try to? What's the situation? How quickly can we get to engineering? I guess is really the thing.
Well,
And I'll fill him in on Phil Rorgan on
Sure.
the situation with the
Okay.
conflict and the alien possession thing.
Oh boy.
I think before we try and get right to engineering, we need to figure out what's up with the first officer over here.
I'm taking Lieutenant Kearney, and we're going to speak to Acting Captain Mallory.
Okay.
See if we can figure out some sort of peaceful solution that's in everybody's best interest. Dr. Loss and the others are working on the alien problem.
Got it.
Down in the armory. They should be secure down there. But we're going to need to get this ship capable of going into breach at just the right moment.
Got it. Let me ask you. I mean, how... Kearney, you know your XO here. You know some of the situation. I mean, obviously not all of it. How likely do we think we're going to be able to negotiate this quickly? Because time is a factor.
Well, she was always a good officer.
Yeah.
I mean, I obviously haven't been here during this horribleness, but I can't imagine that unless like she's the one that's possessed by the alien or something. I don't
have to
know. I mean,
consider
I
that's
can't.
That's a real possibility.
I can't imagine that she's still a Starfleet officer.
We think. Is there, just thinking tactically here, is there a way for us to knock everyone out and sort it out later?
Well, you would know that better than I can, I would.
Just thinking if there's a way we can overload the systems to emit a stunning pulse.
It's possible. Could also do anesthetizing gas through the vents, but I don't know if they have these old ships ventilated the same way that ours are.
Well, let me take a look at the ventilation system and see what we can do. Because if we can knock everyone out, just drop them to the ground, get into the engineering, breach the core when we need to breach it, and then just get them all off the ship, we can figure it out.
Yeah. Sort it out later.
Yeah.
Maybe there are phase capacitors in the paneling the same way ours has.
I'm
Might be able to
hoping
rig
so.
up some sort of pulse.
Yeah, either rig up a pulse or let's... how much access do we have to the computer system?
Well, they don't seem to have shut off my
All right.
access, so I can.
All right, well, I'll take a look. Let me look first at the ventilation system
All right.
and see if there's a way we can get an anesthetizing gas throughout the whole ship, except for this room. And we're sure about this guy.
Yeah.
We're sure.
Yeah, we're sure.
Okay, just making sure. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we've seen him enough
All right.
acting in.
All right, just saying it's awful convenient.
Well,
It is.
Yeah, but anyway, no, nothing against you, Kearney. Don't worry about it. So yeah, so everyone outside this room. So yeah, let me take a look at the ventilation system. Roll.
Can I assist with command?
Um,
I have my advisor.
let's start with. I guess this would probably be insight engineering.
All right. So insight plus engineering. So that's 12.
Yep.
Right. 15 and a 2.
The 2 should be 2 successes.
Can I do an insight and command roll
Well,
to assist? Or?
The 2 might be 2 successes if you have a focus that kind of applies to the situation.
System analysis.
Yeah.
Aha.
Yeah.
There we
100%.
go.
Here we go. So yeah, systems analysis plus my 2.
I think that absolutely makes sense. You see that there is a way that you can distribute stuff through the ventilation
All right,
system.
cool.
But they don't have anything like that on board. Like, yes, it's possible, but a lot of their medical supplies have been raided and stowed away by these various factions.
How much time can you stall for?
I can. You know, I like to talk.
All right, if
I
you
can-
can stall them, I can. It's risky, but I could try teleporting back to the ship because we've got that kind of stuff. We can. How are on the NX's sort of out of character? Remind me, they don't have replicators?
Oh no, that
Right.
technology is
No.
way.
Yeah, okay, just making
Yeah.
sure. That's what I assume. So
They don't
yeah,
have
Yeah.
transporters. They don't have replicators.
So, yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
or I mean,
They got shitty shuttlecraft with wings.
well, not wings.
Yeah,
Who
total
needs
wings.
wings? In space. There's no.
Apparently old people.
Anyway,
And like the junky little bubble
Yeah.
to look out in the front, like,
what?
good, I'm going to put my head in the little space,
All
super
right.
close to space.
I'm gonna also. I've got my engineering department, so I'm gonna Beep boop.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So we need some anesthetizing gas
All right.
and a way to connector to plug it into the system here. How quickly can you rig that up? Can you replicate that and teleport it over?
We can get some kind of a universal adapter made fairly quickly. But I don't have a degree in chemistry. So
What?
so
How are you in my engineering department?
I'm real good with dilithium and matter and antimatter.
I suppose that's useful. Okay, fine.
But anesthetic, like how much and not killing people and
All right. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me call.
Don't we have an emergency hologram?
Yeah, I was going to say. Let
On
me call the
board?
doctor. Let me check in with our doctor over there.
sure.
So, word to sick bay.
There's nobody there.
Yeah, it's just an empty 6.
I'm not there until I'm activated.
Do I have to go there to activate it?
No, you can do
Yeah, I
it
think-
remotely.
yeah.
But
You can do it remotely.
Activate the emergency medical hologram.
Please state the nature of the medical emergency.
We need enough anesthetizing gas to knock out. How many people are here?
80-ish.
80 people over here on the Atlantis. Can you synthesize that precise amount?
Is this for a medical condition, or are you just throwing a party?
A little of both. But there is a medical condition where apparently someone on this ship has been infected by some sort of alien, and we need to anesthetize the crew to be able to sort that out.
I see. Can you identify which species and how many thereof?
No.
All human.
All human. The crew is all human. 80 humans.
Interesting. Yes, I believe I can probably formulate something. What level of anesthetization do you require, and for what duration of time?
Completely knocked out, so fully unconscious for 12 hours?
Probably less than that. How long will it take us to transport 80 people off?
I mean, not long, but it's going to take us a while to sort out which one is the alien.
Good point. Let's do 12.
So 12 hours.
Certainly. I'll begin work on it immediately.
Can you give us an estimate of how long it's going to take? This is a volatile situation here.
Replication of a small amount of anesthetic should not take long at all. Maybe 20 minutes.
Can you buy us 20 minutes?
Do you have an appropriate dispersal mechanism?
Engineers working on the dispersal mechanism. We're going to send it through the ventilation shaft here, so I think we'll be all right. If you can get it together and get it to engineering, that would be great. Get it to my man Bob.
Sure.
Bob, the
Now he
engineer.
is.
Certainly.
That would be great.
Emergency medical hologram to engineering.
Go ahead.
I would like to see specifications on the dispersal mechanism for the anesthetizine. If you could please transmit them to the med lab, I would appreciate it.
Certainly. We're just mocking it up now.
Thank you. And I'll begin work on that.
All right.
Bleep, 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 bleep.
All right.
Bob, make sure to keep me posted.
Yes, sir. As soon as we get it assembled, I will transport it over to your location.
Excellent. Perfect.
So why don't you do?
So what was that? Would be
Let's do-
reason and medicine?
Yeah, I think.
Okay, so that's a 16. I have a focus in improvisational diagnosis and biochemistry. Would that at all apply?
Yes.
Let's see what I got.
Oh,
I got two. I got a 1 and a 4. So I
Okay.
believe that's 3 successes.
Yes, indeed.
Actually, wouldn't it be, what's your medicine?
My medicine is 5.
So wouldn't it be 4 successes?
Oh, yeah.
Because the 4 is also
The 4 is
underneath his-
under my
Is
discipline.
that disciplinary? Isn't that right?
Yes, but
I got a 1 and a 4.
Oh, 1 and a 4. Yeah. That's 4 successes for sure.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. For some reason I thought it was a 7 and a 4.
No, it's a little Starfleet symbol.
Yeah.
and a 4.
That's what you want. That's the good one.
Yes.
Yes.
Good job, doctor.
I have the medical expertise of over 72 Federation doctors.
No one
Four
asked.
of over 5 million operations.
No one asked at all. Nope.
I thought it would be important for you to know. My
Nope. Not useful at this time.
I see. We want to live in ignorance. Understood.
Why is this channel even still open? I just don't understand. Yeah.
No, I was agreeing with you. Yes, we're dead.
I don't know what this means.
Oh my god, it's so lovely.
Yes, I am stupid.
So you are easily synthesize the correct amount in an approximately useful
I also
dosage
want to
level.
work with the engineers to make sure that the dispersal mechanism doesn't over-disperse or under-disperse the
Yeah.
chemical.
You send back some small changes to nozzle design and stuff.
The nozzle.
Nozzle design.
Do not turn away from the nozzle.
That is my burlesque name.
Nozzle design.
Nozzle design.
That's awesome.
All right.
It's a really good name.
That
It
is
is
a
good.
really good name. I'm jealous.
Do we get momentum from extra successes?
Yes. Well, you had 4, so
Yeah.
you're going to get 1 success.
Sweet.
Because it was a difficult order to, you don't know the exact weight or size of
Right.
all the crew members, and trying to figure it out with the volume of the air on that ship and everything else
Exactly.
is not simple. So it was a 3 difficulty challenge. So while they are working on that,
Yes.
do you still want to go?
Yeah, I'm going to go talk to Mallory.
All right.
It may be necessary to knock me out with everyone else.
You sure?
We need to buy time,
All right.
and I'm the one who should take that risk.
All right. If you say so. I mean, we can definitely set this up to make sure you're back here in time.
Let's plan on that.
All right.
Why don't you give me a signal?
Yep.
And if possible, just have the Barbican beam me back over.
Got it. What's the code word?
Damn it. You had to stump me.
What's your safe word? Just use it.
Eggplant.
Eggplant. Hard to fit into a conversation, but
Yeah.
Roger.
All right.
Right? Purple rabbit.
Purple rabbit. Purple rabbit. Got it. When I say purple rabbit, just be ready to go.
Do a tab of acid and be ready to go.
Right, yeah.
All right.
You're just in a conversation. You're like, the purple rabbit. Everybody's like, are you okay?
It reminds me of this time when I was at this bar. What is it called? The Purple Rabbit.
No, that's the code.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm gonna head up to go find Captain Mallory, acting Captain Mallory.
And you're taking Kearney with you, yeah?
Yeah, I think. Or,
Okay.
what do you think? Maybe I should leave Kearney here.
I think
so
you
he
should
doesn't
leave
get knocked
Kearney
out.
here.
Yeah, so he doesn't get knocked out.
Yep.
And you can get
We'll need
information
him.
from him if necessary. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
I
go by
want to
myself.
talk to him.
Okay, just you
Myself.
on an adventure.
Not an adventure. Yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm really good
Everything's
at this
fine.
captaining thing.
Everything's fine here.
Yeah. How are you?
So,
If we ever go an episode without a Galaxy Quest reference or a Star Wars reference, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Yeah.
And I will find a way to put a Star Trek 3 or 4 quote in every single episode.
Yes,
That is
please.
my... Or 6.
How about 2?
It's good, but not as many.
It's Wrath of Khan. Man.
Yeah. There are some good quotes from that.
Yeah.
One of the good movies. Yeah.
The even number movies tend to be pretty okay.
But 3 is awesome.
Yeah, 3 is great.
Yeah.
well, it's just that run. The
It's just-
3, 4, the
Right,
2,
yeah,
3,
2,
4
3, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 6.
is
Yeah.
a great movie.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
And they let
It's
Shatner
6
do it.
hours,
Yes.
Yeah.
but it's good watching.
Yeah.
Don't get me
6
wrong,
hours.
I love Bill, man, but dude.
6 hours is the same length as the uncut version of motion picture.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a half hour of story and then 5.5 hours of
Staring at the
beautiful
ship.
A spaceship
staring
porn,
at
yeah.
the ship going through a cloud. Anyway, so yeah. So I will make my way to wherever they were holed up. It wasn't the bridge.
It was up through the computer core,
Oh, okay.
up one deck from where you are.
Yeah, okay. All right.
So you step out into the hall. You guys close the door behind him.
Yes. And lock it.
You get a little ways towards the next junction to turn to go to where you can get to the computer core to get upstairs. And as soon as you turn the corner, there's like 4 security guys with their phase pistols already aimed down this way. And they're like, you sent that message?
I did. I'm Captain Isaac Malata of the USS Barbican.
And they're looking at you like, what? Why are you dressed weird?
Uniforms are a little different in the 24th century.
What? What?
Take me to your captain, and I'll explain.
All right, we need your weapon.
If you can figure out which one it is, you can take it.
Okay. So like two guys cover you, and the other 2 guys like move in to do the frisk.
Yeah, it's like this invitation to be groped. Right?
So yeah, they search you fairly
I
thoroughly.
haven't been touched in years.
They take away your little.
My tricorder.
Well, do you have the Type 2 pistol one, or do you have the little?
I've got the hand
thumb-
vac.
the- yeah, the-
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
Type
yeah,
two.
yeah,
Yeah.
Type
That's
two.
right,
As
yeah.
opposed to like the little
Type one,
chip.
the Type 1 is
tiny-
basically the garage door opener.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I got the. Yeah,
Okay.
I got the dustbuster.
So they figure that out pretty quick.
Uh-huh.
They're like, okay, cool, but they do take your tricorder also. They do not notice that your insignia is useful,
That's right.
No, they
That's right.
do not.
but they're surprised at the lack of pockets.
How do you go to space with no pockets?
Right.
We've evolved past.
Right. Yeah.
But they escort you down the hall
Yeah.
and then into the computer core that has a spiral staircase around the outside edge that takes you up a floor. You get up there and they take you out and into what looks like must have been the old mess, like the officer's mess maybe. And inside, immediately to your right, you see the engineer that you saw get stunned and dragged away when you first arrived, like tied to a conference room type chair. And then across the room behind a table, you see like 3 other officers, including in the middle what you assume must be acting Captain Mallory.
Yeah. 3 pips.
There weren't even any pips back then.
I know, right? Yeah. Whatever. I am Ultra Captain. I got this.
And like when they escort you in, they look at everybody else in the room with the puzzled expression of like, yeah. And
Guy's
then
in a jumpsuit.
Right? Yeah.
and Mallory looks at you and goes, "Who are you?"
Captain Isaac Malata of the USS Barbican, Federation starship NCC 65996.
I don't. I'm not familiar with that ship.
You wouldn't be. We
All right.
launched in what would be for you 200 years in the future.
200 years?
200 years.
Well, how did you get here?
It's actually how you got here that's the problem. The anomaly that you're trapped in has propelled you forward through time and space.
Oh,
You are far beyond Romulan and Klingon borders in an area known as the Shackleton Expanse. You can't tell this because the anomaly has caused your sensors to become blinded.
well,
I know this because my ship is not blinded. Our sensors are advanced enough that I can tell where we are. Needless to say, the point is, Captain Mallory, that you are operating devoid of information, not only about the situation of your ship, but also the situation of your crew. And I have information that you do not, and I would advise you to give me time to explain this, because if you don't, your entire crew is going to die, and mine along with it.
you see, and she, when you brought up the time travel bit, she's shocked into silence for a minute. But the longer you keep talking, you can tell that she just sort of steels herself. Like, no, I'm the one in charge here, and like you can see she's getting agitated.
Yeah.
if you want to try and persuade her to keep listening, you're going to need to make a roll.
Oh, I'll make a roll.
So, in this case, let's do presence and command.
Okay. Presence is 12. Command is 4. So 16.
Remember, we do have a momentum on the table.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we do.
And this is going to be a difficult roll.
I have focus of persuasion.
Well, that's exactly what you need to do.
And I don't know if this counts necessarily, but I have the talent diffuse the tension. Whenever you attempt a task to persuade someone not to resort to violence, you may add a bonus d20 to your dice pool.
Yeah.
Cool.
That'll count for sure.
And you can spend this momentum to add another d20, because the max is 5.
I would absolutely
Yeah.
consider doing that, because you're going to need 4 successes.
All right. Oh, shit.
Oh, boy.
Okay. All right. Come on, this is going to be great.
It would have been
gonna be awesome.
5, except you brought up the time travel thing right away.
Ah, damn it. There's a 2, and an 8, and a 15. So that's 3 successes. The 2 counts as double,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Okay, because it's under my focus, or under my discipline, and I have a focus in this.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's your 4 successes you need.
Woohoo!
Oh, wow.
Barely.
Woo, boy.
Skin of my teeth.
You know, you used all the available resources and succeeded.
Right? Yeah,
That's right.
exactly.
That's
Didn't
what we
hold
like.
anything back.
Right? Exactly. That's what they're for. Yeah, spend those resources.
So
Yeah.
she goes, well, if that's the case, can you help us find this alien? Can you?
I have my officers working on a solution for that. We
All
have
right.
technology that is significantly advanced from yours, and we are working on a solution as we speak. However, it's very difficult without more information about this alien. If you have any data that we can share with my team.
She goes, hang on a second, and she stands up and walks over to a wall panel and hits an intercom switch. And she goes, this is Captain Mallory. New information has come to light, but I'm going to need to see... I'm going to need to see Takahashi up here right away. And tell him to bring his sensor device. And then she signs off. She comes back and she goes, well, when he gets up here, he'll show you the progress he's made on detecting this alien. He thinks he's close enough that he can start to see physiological differences that we couldn't before. And perhaps that'll help the situation.
If we can plug the information, his data, into my tricorder, we may be able to develop a method of detection.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Then maybe we can see about getting out of here. We couldn't leave until we found this alien. We hoped that we could coerce him or it into releasing its hold on our ship and letting us go, but we couldn't risk attempting escape before we knew what its intentions were.
I understand that impulse. However, knowing that, not wanting to solve the problem of your immediate situation until that problem is solved could have doomed your entire crew.
After the captain died, we couldn't trust anyone. We didn't know who might have been taken by this creature, or if there were more than one. So we've tried to solve the problem. Even if it risked the crew, we couldn't risk contaminating the rest of Starfleet with some alien menace that could just take over who knows how many people.
Did you try communicating with this entity?
We haven't found it again. We would just find, someone would disappear, and there'd be less and less people. We're down almost a dozen crew members because of all of this.
No.
That's no good.
But hopefully, you can help us solve this problem, and then we can all get out of here safely.
I promise you, my crew will not rest until we've figured out all of our problems and get both our ship's crew to safety.
In the meantime, I'm not going to let Phillips go until we can prove that she's who she says she is.
And how have you proven to the other people in this room that you are who you say you are?
I'm the one that's acting in the best interest of this ship. Nobody here has any doubts. And you see the engineer, clearly
Yeah,
has
right.
doubts.
I'm filled with all kinds of doubts.
But all the people that are armed in the room seem on the same page. Back down in your suite of offices, you have gotten the device.
Okay.
And there's 3 or 4 little canisters
Great.
that you can attach in, almost like screwing soda bottles into a rocket
All right.
thing.
Cool.
And that's fine. But outside in the hallway, you guys hear a lot of people running by.
Okay.
And then around the corner, you hear some phase pistol fire.
Got it. The situation is turning south real quick. First, I check in with Alas and Trist, and have they had any success in trying to figure out what this alien is, where it might be hiding?
We ain't found shit. There's a Spaceballs reference. Thank you.
They're lacking a lot of critical information.
Right.
They think that if there is a physiological difference, that the medical tricorder that you have nowadays is going to be good enough
Right.
to detect even tiny variances.
Okay.
But not knowing anything about the creature, or if it has any weird radiation or
Right.
leaves any trace, until they encounter somebody to start scanning, they're not going to know.
All right.
Like, they've gone through what notes that they can find in the computer with
Yeah.
Kearney's access, but
All right.
he doesn't have access to, the science officer's personal log
Right.
or anything like that.
Well, then I can carry forward with the plan we've got, given the information I have right now, which is I start attaching the canisters to the ventilation system.
All right? So let's do
Let's say
probably control engineering?
control and engineering. That sounds good.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a 14. I got a 5, which is under my control, but it's got to be under the discipline, right?
To get
Yes.
2, yeah.
To get 2. No, it's not under my discipline, so it's 1 success.
Okay. It's going to take you a little while.
Okay.
The universal connector that they
Yeah.
rigged up is going to work, but you're going to have to disassemble more of the wall panel you have access to than you thought.
Okay, no problem.
So you start
Yep.
wrenching away at it.
Working away on that. Nope, I'm not gonna. I was thinking about checking in on the captain, but I'm not gonna give away anything. Our tactical advantage, just be
I've come out here with no way to communicate with my own people. You
Right.
should trust me. Bleep, bleep, bleep.
But what I do is call over to the ship, Bob, or who? Let's see, who's running the transporter?
Transporter chief.
Transporter chief
Higgins.
Higgins.
Higgins, it is.
Rourke to Higgins.
Go ahead, sir.
Can you get a transporter lock on the captain?
It'll be difficult, but as long as he's still got his comm badge on, it shouldn't be.
Keep a lock on the captain as best you can, and be ready to transport him to my coordinates upon command.
I'll do my best, sir.
Yep.
Without transporting him back to the transporter pad and then using the sensors to pinpoint your location again, it's going to get fishy with those weird energy readings.
I get it. I totally get it. Well, just be prepared. Keep a lock on him, and I'll let you know what to do with him.
Yes, sir.
And let me also check in with Bob.
Go ahead.
What's the situation with our orbit? How close are we to the anomaly, and how much time have we got?
You haven't really sped up, so you guys are still just slowly drifting.
Yeah.
You probably got 2-ish hours.
All right. It's not a lot of time.
Yeah.
Nope.
All right. Thanks. Keep working at it.
It's going to be great.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. 2-ish hours. Great.
Totally
No
fine.
problem. All right. And then I just get to the task at hand.
Very good. If you want to pick up any...
Just let me know. I mean, if there's a narrative situation where I feel I can slip in, I will definitely do so.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm just like, I'm struggling to be like, oh man, I love the doctor. I want to go see the doctor.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's happening over
Well,
there. Yeah.
if we
Yeah.
transport a bunch of people, there are plenty of things for me to do.
Exactly.
So.
Right?
For sure.
Yeah. It's true. Could see if there are, like, unconscious people outside and start transporting them over.
No, actually, the doctor right now says, well, I'm done. But nobody's managed to turn off my program.
Yeah.
Guess I'll busy myself with something.
Opera.
Ah.
What is this?
All right. Outside in the hallway, the sounds of fighting are growing worse.
Okay.
Like, it is a full-on gunfight.
There's a
in the
full-on
hall.
battle going out there.
Yeah. And in fact, like, there's a security guy that runs into the room where you are, and he's, holding his arm like he's been scored by a close blast. And he's like, Captain, the engineers are attacking. They're trying to fight their way in here, I think, to rescue her. And he points over at the engineer, tied to the chair. And the captain stands up and goes, You see? This creature has turned everybody crazy.
And how is what they're doing any different than what you did by capturing her? You want to show a sign that you're not the alien? Let her go. Let her go back to the engineering crew.
So she can sabotage even more systems on the ship?
What is she sabotaging?
Just wait. And she goes over and she opens a door and calls in somebody. She points at you and she points at this lieutenant that walks in and goes, This is Lieutenant Verga. He was in the sensor monitoring station on G deck, and Phillips over there closed all of the airlock doors, sealed her in, and turned off life support. And you see Verga going, yeah, I barely escaped because I managed to wedge a hatch open in time, and I got out, but not everybody else. I had to watch other people die inside there because of this. And Phillips looks across and goes, because the invader was in there. How do we know that you're not them?
What proof do you have, Phillips? How did you know that the invader was in there?
It was the only place they could be hiding. I had 2 of my own crew members we had to sacrifice to try and trap it in there.
Don't either of you see what's happened here? You're both so paranoid. You're killing your own people. You're killing your own crew. You think those different colors on your uniform make you different factions? You're all Starfleet officers, and you need to start acting like it. Work together to solve this problem. Don't just let it drive you to paranoia. Nothing gets solved that way.
We had to try. It was either that or we just give up and let it kill us one at a time.
You had to try. You had to try separately. You had to separate yourselves into different factions and try. If you really wanted to try, you would work together. Call this off. Both of you talk to your people right now. Form a truce. Form an alliance. We'll gather everyone together and we will figure this out. Nothing stays solved by factions.
Yeah, it's time.
I'm going to roll this shit.
So again, this is
yeah.
a persuasion.
Okay.
And you're trying to sway the crowd here. Because it's not just those two
I
officers.
think your
in there.
talent
Yeah.
would still apply to this.
Diffuse the
Absolutely.
tension, apply still. Yeah,
Absolutely
okay.
it would.
All right, so 3 dice.
I will tell you again, this is going to be hard.
Yeah.
Because this is 2 years of crazy
Yeah.
paranoia and can't trust anybody kind of situation. So it's going to be 4, I think.
Values.
Again.
How does that work?
If one of your values applies, you can spend your determination point to get an automatic critical success.
Basically, you put down a die and it's
Yeah.
just a 1.
Okay. I will do that. I have the value, it takes a village. No.
I think that can apply here, for sure.
Okay. So that becomes a critical success.
And then you get 3 more. So you have 2 successes already. You get 3 more dice to get 2 more successes.
Okay.
Okay.
I can do this. Oh, a 20. Are you kidding me? 6 and a 15, which are both successes. So
All right.
that's 4 successes, but a complication.
Yeah.
Have fun with that.
Oh, boy.
Now you're forcing Dave to think.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I love
Yeah, right.
complications. They never come up at the easy spot.
Right, yeah. Like,
Like,
oh,
I
know
love
exactly
the
what
mechanic
this
for
would
it,
be.
and like, yeah. I think here's what's going to happen. You see Phillips, and she looks at you, and she's like, you know what? You're right. Like what is even happening? Like it's almost like she's waking up.
Yeah.
Kind of. And then you see 2 burly engineer guys just bust in the door and immediately take a shot at Mallory that's standing there.
Oh, shit.
And Mallory looked like she was kind of like, yeah, we should have a truce, and then literally gets hit with a phaser blast
And then blammo.
and falls over.
Oh, jeez.
God dang it.
But the rest of the crew in there still seems pretty inspired, but these 2 engineers are very much like, we're going to kill every last one of these guys. And Phillips immediately
Yeah.
goes, guys, just calm down. We found help. And they're both like, shocked
Dude, what
for
you
a
should
second.
totally do is
like,
take off your badge, put it on her, and it says, beam directly to sick bay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I should get Mallory out of here.
Yeah. That's actually
Because
pretty
she's going to die if...
Well, she's
Or
been
is she
it's a
shot.
safe assumption.
shot.
That's a
Yeah.
pretty good plan.
Yeah.
She didn't get disintegrated, but
Right, yeah, but she's hurt pretty bad.
Took a fall.
That is really, yeah. All right. I accept that brilliant suggestion. Yeah, so I'm going to grab my comm badge, slap it onto Mallory, and say, when to transport directly to sick bay.
and Higgins' voice immediately comes through like, aye, aye, sir. And she immediately phases away, and everybody else in the room is like, "What the
fuck
shit?
just
What the
happened?"
shit?" Yeah.
What
Like-
was that?
Advanced technology. Trick yourself.
Wow.
You just said trek yourself.
I did.
You said
I
that.
did.
Those were words.
Yeah, those are words.
That's my shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trick
I don't have it
yourself
on today.
before you wreck yourself.
But like you actually like, it actually made everybody in the room even more nervous
Yeah.
because they're like, "You just disintegrated the captain's body."
Well, they
Like-
did hear him say.
Transport to all of
Yeah.
that. So, but they're still like, "Holy
But still,
shit!"
yeah.
Oh, God.
He said a bunch of words that don't make any sense.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they don't know about transportation.
No.
Yeah.
I understand sick bay. I don't
Right,
know what
yeah.
else you said.
Yeah.
Or where that other
At
voice
least you
came
didn't
from.
bring up the emergency medical hologram.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Don't worry, the AI will take care of it. What?
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
No, really?
So,
You have
Just
a
talk
great
about it with our
doctor.
psychiatrist over here, the android. The future's fucked up.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. So weird, man.
on the plus side, you don't have any Romulans on your crew.
Right? Yeah,
'Cause
that's
that would
true.
be
yeah.
super
Oh,
awkward.
God. Yeah.
That was the chat room actually brought up, like, is Kearney cool with, like, a Klingon dude showing up and,
Well,
like,
half
giving
Klingon,
order?
half Vulcan.
Well, yeah, but-
so,
Right.
But
Yeah.
he comes from a time before the Vulcans were even really on board with the whole
I know.
Starfleet
I'm
thing.
just saying,
So
I'm not like full Klingon here.
Yeah.
you're still a big dude with Klingon-y features
true.
in going on. Yeah,
He hasn't even seen a real Klingon yet.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but the Klingons they know look different from you.
Right,
They
yeah.
just have
Exactly.
Yeah.
goatees.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. This guy hasn't even seen a real Klingon.
Right? Yeah.
No, they did.
Oh,
But
right.
then there was the weird genetic timeline.
Then,
Yeah.
Right,
There's
yeah.
that thing that happened that they don't talk about.
Yes. Yeah. We don't like to talk about it.
But yeah, well, and the chat room also brought up that the NX class ships did have a transporter, but it was only for inorganics.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
At that point,
I think the Vulcans had full transporter technology at that time. If I remember
yes,
correctly.
I think they did. Yeah. But still, to have it just suddenly work out of the blue, I think it would be like
On a
what?
person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fine.
But you've been pacing around annoyed.
I'm just sitting there and I like there's a hypo spray. I'm like, psh, psh. Down.
You probably noticed that like sickbay is not regulation set up, so you're super annoyed.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It's really.
Real, not regulation.
yeah,
And don't.
Why is there a liquor cabinet?
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Right.
Don't ask about all those hypo sprays in the doctor's office.
No. No.
Emergency
You don't wanna
antiseptic?
know.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
and then the transporter twinkle appears over a med bed.
Okay.
And a woman is laying there.
Oh, something to do. So I immediately go over there and like I take my magic bio wand. Trauma to thoracic area. It looks like a primitive phase gun hits. 5 cc's of quadricortisine. Oh, there's no nurse. I go over there.
So you begin treatment. So let's do reason medicine.
Reason medicine, sure. And I have surgery and triage as focuses. All right.
I think
I'm
surgery
good.
applies more than triage at this
Okay.
point.
But I roll crap. There's a 2, so I got 2 successes.
Okay. You realize that it is going to take actual surgery
Okay.
to save this person. Like, she's still alive, but there is like basically like a lance of horribly burned phase
flesh. Yeah.
flesh
Okay.
going into her. So you can start setting yourself up for the actual surgery thing.
Yep.
The nice part is your hands don't get dirty, so you don't have to worry about
Yeah, it's pretty good. I don't have to worry about scrubbing up.
Yeah,
Right.
you don't have
Yeah.
to put on the maroon outfit or
Right.
anything.
Right. Yeah.
My electromagnetic containment unit is non-infectious.
Yes. Good to
Should
be
you
alive.
maybe roll an insight roll? Just do we do that? We got that here. Just to make sure she is who she says she is.
Well,
But
she
he doesn't
appears to
know.
be biologically human to him.
All right.
But nobody's informed the EMH
That's right.
that there
and
is
there's
a
no one
alien.
to inform him.
You know, you did say that there is some kind of possible
true.
alien thing.
That's true.
Yeah.
But not that this trauma patient is somebody of suspect
All right.
Yeah.
origin. Because there was also no briefing about why this person just appeared.
Right.
Because it was an emergency situation. I get
Yeah.
it,
Can I
but
ask you a quick question? What does my talent cautious medicine do for me again? I forgot.
I believe. Hold on, let me get to the right
I'm
page.
pretty close here. Cautious medicine. Oh, that's not. Oh, wait. Nope. Not in here.
Yeah, it is. Cautious is
Oh, is in.
a
think it's
general talent. I
Oh,
believe.
general talent. Oh, okay.
And then you take a focus.
Oh, okay. You must choose a single discipline when you select this talent. Whenever you attempt a task with that discipline and you buy one or more d20s by spending momentum, you may re-roll a single d20.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
All right. So the burly engineers in the room they've put their weapons in their holsters, and everybody has done the same. And they're looking at Phillips, and they're like moving over to like untie her. And you see everybody's real nervous, but the people that were in the room are still looking at you like,
Yeah. Everyone, keep
Okay.
your weapons put away. We can solve our differences peacefully.
Hit the cat.
Captain Mallory has been beamed to my ship. Our transporters have taken her there to be healed by our doctor.
oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Good. Yeah. You see them like
Yeah.
slowly going. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What
That's
is
the thing.
Phillips's rank?
Phillips is a commander.
Okay. Commander Phillips, I need you to contact everyone in engineering and let them know that the crew is going to work together to solve this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, we can do it. We can. Yeah. And like, it's clear there's like there's still a level of confusion, but they seem on board, and she seems on board with your plan.
Who's the next highest ranking command or security person here?
Kearney.
Oh, oh, yeah.
They don't know he's still alive. But
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
the next highest ranking person that's still in this room
Yeah.
is a lieutenant that was sitting at the table with Mallory
Okay. all
to
right.
be the like officer tribunal for the
okay.
trial.
All right. Okay. Lieutenant, what's your name?
I'm sorry. I'm Lieutenant.
Francisco.
No. I don't want to. I can't trample on Reinhard Suarez.
Oh,
like, that guy had such a good name. He has to be a thing, and that's the only name I keep thinking of every time I make another name. I'm just like, it's so good.
Right.
Um,
Suarez, Reinhardt.
Cooper.
Cooper.
sir.
All right.
Man, this crew is so white. There's no Luz or Wangs or Tatangas.
There's a Takahashi is on
No,
his
there you
way.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's Takahashi.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Cooper, I want you to spread the word to everyone who is loyal to Mallory that we are calling a truce between all the different factions on the crew.
Okay.
I want you and Phillips and Takahashi to rendezvous with my crew in the armory, and we will work together towards a solution.
Okay.
Everyone else, stand down, stop firing. We will find out who this alien, where this alien is. We're going to work together from now on.
Okay. Yeah. And like he stands up and he starts heading over to the intercom panel, and right as he gets to it and hits it, classic Star Trek ship lurch.
Oh no!
Like, yeah. And like he stumbles away from the wall, and then immediately like the red alert noise starts blaring through the ship.
That's not good.
And the intercom in the room goes, Captain Mallory, I don't have any controls left on the reactor core. Something's rerouted everything away from engineering.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Phillips. They were talking.
Yeah.
They called for Phillips.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
My mistake.
Yeah.
And Phillips is like, "What are you talking about? Rerouted to where?" And they're like, "We're. It seems like it's to the command center." And she goes, "Well, the command center's been sealed off and hasn't had atmosphere in months." And they're like, "Well, I don't know. I don't. You know, you can see the engineer hear the engineer on the other side just puzzled. Like, what?"
Phillips, is there a way to take control of all functions from engineering?
I would think so, but apparently that function has been taken back to the bridge.
Locked out.
Or locked out from there.
I'll push the button for the communications. Rory, take Kearney and meet us in engineering immediately. We're on our way.
And you see a couple people like, Kearney?
Kearney's
Very-
alive.
Very confused.
Oh.
Captain, why are you talking on? Is this thing on? Does this even work?
There's no time to explain, Rorg. My comm badge is back on the Barbican. Meet me in engineering.
All right. So
Plan was great until I
it was
fucked
all
it all
great.
up.
It was all great. Stepping on our dicks. So I turned to a Lost and Tryst.
Mm-hmm.
Have I finished setting up the system? The delivery
Pretty
system?
much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I turned to a Lost and Tryst and showed them how to make it work.
Okay.
And say, wait for my signal. If I signal you, turn it on as quickly as possible, and teleport out and transport out of here.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I take Kearney and we make our way down the hall.
Okay. You get out in the hall,
Actually,
and
Tris can
there...
stay. It's not like she's going to get affected by it.
That's true.
true.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
She's the one that she literally puts her hand on it, and it's just still.
Yeah.
Like, I'm ready to do this as soon as you
do
signal.
it. Tris
Yeah.
can take care of it. In fact, a loss, given the red alert and the situation here, get back to the Barbican.
Okay.
Because we're probably going to need you there more than here. So, and then I'm out in the hall with Kearney.
It makes me wish Terry was here. 'Cause I want to see Terry have to fight with the EMH.
Yes, right. Oh,
I'd be happy to come back when Terry's
Yeah,
Please.
we gotta
Yeah.
make that happen.
Oh, that would be so good.
That would be amazing.
Right. Oh.
I have the entire med center back up to freaking Federation specs when she comes back in.
Right,
Oh,
yeah.
pissed.
Yeah. She'd be like, I thought I deleted you.
And so, yeah. So, walking through the hall with Kearney.
You get out in the hallway, and there are 5 or 10 crew members that are clearly dead. Like,
Holy wow.
this fight was
Bad.
settings on kill,
All right.
brutal, like, we gotta get our engineer back.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely take out my phaser, set it to the highest level of stun. Maximum stun.
Serious stun.
Yeah, serious.
Strenuously stun.
Right.
All right. And we start making our way to engineering.
Sure. It's going to take you a couple of minutes to get down there because the turbo lifts aren't working.
Right.
Or anything. But you start making your way down, and there's some crew members that see you first, and they're like, what the?
What?
The creature! Ah! But then Kearney's with you, and they're like, oh my god, Kearney, you're alive! And so he kind of gets you through all of that
Exactly.
awkwardness.
But also, we don't have time to chat. No time for chit chat.
Right.
You think you could be a little less alien?
Yeah.
You know, just something? No?
You
Okay.
gotta get your headband.
Yeah, okay. Give me a hat. No hats. We're moving. Come on.
But you get down to engineering.
Yeah.
When you get in there, there's engineers that are running all over, and like the reactor core is venting steam
Oh wow.
all over the
That's
place,
not
and
good.
yeah, it's a bad situation. And like you see the officer that called up to Phillips, and she sees you guys come in, and she's like, Kearney, hi,
Yeah, he's not dead. We've already covered this.
okay. we don't have long. Like, the reactor's unstable, but we don't have any controls. Everything seems rerouted up to the bridge.
Okay. So everything's rerouted up to the bridge. I take a look at their systems just to confirm. And to see if there's anything that I can do with my tricorder to try to break the lock or reroute it back, or and anything that Kearney can do with his security codes.
Why don't you do insight engineering?
Insight engineering?
Yeah.
All right.
I think your systems analysis would work, too.
With
for
systems
sure.
analysis, so is that, do I get to add an extra die for that, or?
No, that's just it gets you if you make it under your engineering,
Got
then
it.
you get the 2 successes.
It gives you the
Got it.
double Zs.
Successes. So engineering and insight is a 12. Engineering's at 4. And that's a big old fail.
Oh, and a
Critical
complication.
fail and a complication. Yeah, it was a 20
Oh,
and
nice.
a 14.
So you...
We're screwed.
I'm gonna start texting people. Looks like there's gonna be some more openings in this game.
Those ships blow up. We relaunch next week with a whole new crew.
Starfleet is just throwing people at this problem.
Right? Yeah.
It's like the Russians in World War II, man. They just get out there. The ship just gets worse and worse. Like,
It's Starship
eventually-
Garbage Scow.
Yeah, eventually they're taking stuff out of a museum.
Right? Yeah.
It's just 3 of us in a freaking Winnebago with wings. There's your Spaceballs reference again.
So, you attempt to use your tricorder to scan everything, and immediately you can tell that, like, there is going to be a reactor breach. Like,
All right.
things have
Eminently.
gone super critical. And unless they can get control back, there's not much you can do. The complication comes from the fact that with your tricorder, you're used to being able to interface into the computer system.
Yeah.
And as the tricorder attempts to negotiate that whole thing, it locks out your tricorder. Like, it literally fizzles because it just,
Tricorder dead.
yeah. So you are tricorderless
All right.
for the time being.
I knew
All
I
right.
shouldn't have paused that much Pornhub on this high corner.
Exactly.
Too many tabs open. Why?
Too many tabs.
on a 1 inch by 1 inch screen.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, you can get a lot better. Anyway. All right.
So is it just you there, or were
It's
we
me
all
and
there?
Kearney. Me and Kearney. Have they arrived yet?
Yeah, you're running down engineering.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, with
So
Phillips and Cooper.
probably right after you get there and you
Takahashi.
take some time to do this, you get down there.
All right, Captain. This is bad. The core is about to breach. There's no way to stop it from here. We're locked out. My tricorder is dead. I recommend we teleport everyone to the Barbican immediately.
But if this ship blows, your one chance for escape is gone.
Bum,
Dun,
bum,
dun,
bum.
Yes. Yeah, start the process. Tell the Barbican to get everyone off the ship immediately. Avoid the command center.
All right.
Do not beam anyone from the
Beam
command
anyone
center.
from the command center. Got it.
Start the process. Beam us off last.
Okay. And I tap Higgins.
Yes,
Or-
sir.
Okay, we need to get everyone off this ship except for me and the captain as quickly as possible. Beam them all directly to
Anyone on the bridge?
Cargo bay.
cargo bay, to a cargo bay. Keep it under quarantine lock. No
right.
one is allowed to leave that cargo bay. Send security. And do not beam anyone off of the command center of this ship. And
All right.
do it now.
Yes, sir. Who wants to roll for Higgins? I think the doctor should roll for
Roll for
Higgins.
Higgins.
So in this case,
Get yours in, Higgins.
Higgins, this is going to be a control. Let's see.
Engineering?
Yeah, I guess engineering would work.
Yeah.
So control engineering. I was thinking security at first, but nah, engineering.
No, because Scotty did most of the beaming in the original.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Hence
And
the term beaming.
so,
of Scotty.
Can the
So-
ship help?
It absolutely can, but his control in engineering is a 12.
Okay.
And then the ship can assist for sure with. Let me see the ship
Probably.
sheet. I always screw that up.
Engines and
Probably
Or
computers.
computer-
Either
oh,
that or
computers.
sensors.
Oh, yeah.
Sensors for sure.
Sensors, yeah.
Sensors and engineering. So that's an 11 for
We're
the
gonna roll
ship.
for your ship.
I'll roll for the ship.
Chief engineer.
All right.
You roll
So 11.
And I'll roll for the
He gets
transport.
one die.
1 die.
Oh, can I assist with my command?
How are you going to do that?
Because I told them what to do.
Okay.
No, I have that. I don't know how I assist with command, but I have that talent that's whenever you assist another character using your command discipline, the character being assisted may re-roll 1d20. But how? I don't know how I assist by command other than giving commands.
I think what you need to do is do like a. In this case, let's do daring and command.
Okay. All right.
So if you make that roll, then that'll give him a reroll.
Because I need it bad.
Yeah,
Okay.
we need that
All right.
reroll real bad.
Okay. All right. And it just counts as an assist die, or I'm just assisting, right? Or you want me
No,
to do
you're-
a
he's-
separate
you're
roll?
in his complete-
you're
you're-
doing a special roll
Oh, okay.
to
All right.
give
To
him
give
a
me a
reroll
reroll.
with your talent.
So
Okay,
you-
gotcha. Okay. All right. So 2 dice.
So you're daring and command.
Okay.
Command.
It's 2 successes.
What does
Or
it say
what?
there?
Well, this is whenever you assist another character using your command discipline, the character being assisted may reroll 1d20.
Oh no, I
So-
guess we're doing it wrong then.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
the way that works, if he's providing assistance with that discipline, then he just gives me
Yes.
that.
Okay.
So you can just roll your assist die, and it's an automatic thing as
Yeah.
long as you're
Yeah.
using command to do it. And
Yeah.
in this case would be.
Okay.
So it's still daring and
Daring
command for
command. Okay, so that's a 12 for me. 18, which is not a help.
you. It is not.
That does not help. So here we go
Okay.
for the ship.
Lucky, lucky, lucky.
7.
Aha.
Okay.
So that's
Right.
good for the ship. But
Yeah.
So that's one success?
Yep.
1 success.
Because I rolled a 15 and a 16.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Higgins is having a bad
It's
day.
Higgins.
a rough day with the transporters.
Yeah.
So, like, Higgins is networking to the other transporter rooms on the
Right.
ship, and basically he's having guys at each station that are all trying to start beaming people up simultaneously. There wasn't a complication, so it's not like things break, but the transporting process is going to be slower than you thought.
Okay.
Because the ship just doesn't have enough power to run all of the transporter rooms at the same
No,
time.
that makes
Got
sense.
it. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah.
So he's able to get a lock on 6 people and beam them out, and then
Another
and
6
then the
people.
other transporter rooms are attempting, and then they try and power it up, and the buffer's just like
Right,
not
yeah.
today. Like
Yeah.
they make the motion with their hand, and those little
Just-
lights don't light up.
Nothing happens.
Yeah.
They're just like, "Wha-
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay, so yeah.
How long do we have?
So he's cycling people into that.
Right, no.
Trans-
He's
into
going to
that bay
keep
as
that
quick as
going.
he can,
How
yeah.
long do we I guess that's a question for Phillips.
You only have minutes before this reactor is going to be.
How
on the
long?
thing.
How long would it take us to get to the command center?
You could get up there in
A short amount of time.
in a plot appropriate amount of time that is before things blow up.
Yeah,
And
zero
can we
G
get?
suits.
Yeah, can we get like at least air things because there's no oxygen in the command center currently.
Yeah, they have.
All right, so then let's while Higgins is doing his thing, Skip, you and me, let's go.
Yeah.
And try to take this. Try to take the command center back.
Yeah. You, me. Yeah.
Yeah, I say we don't take any of these guys because we really don't know.
Sep.
Me
Yeah.
and Kearney.
Yeah.
Okay, you, me,
No.
and Kearney.
No, let's do it because
Just-
you can release command. You'll
Yep.
be able to figure that out.
All right,
yeah.
let's go.
Okay.
So the in fact, just there in engineering, you see like a couple of people wink out,
Yep.
and
Right.
the other people around them are like,
It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Don't worry about it. It's cool. It's
Yep.
cool. It's fine.
Yeah.
Just wait. And
They're
then we
all
go.
gonna be fine.
It's a feature,
so
not
the-
a bug. Bye.
Right.
you guys start hustling up
Yep.
the hall, and you're like pulling on
Pulling on that.
the suit and like
Yeah.
pulling it over your head and
Yep.
zipping and getting your helmet on. all of that, and then
Switching
let's
my-
go back and see how surgery's going.
All right.
Yeah.
So another roll for surgery then?
Yeah. This time it's gonna be a 3 difficulty.
All right. I'm going to have, since the only, one of the things about that we agreed upon about the hologram is that the only thing that could assist it is the ship.
Okay.
Okay.
He's literally part of the ship.
Careful with your
Yeah.
mic, Jay.
Yeah. So I'm going to have
yeah.
the ship assist me with the surgery because I don't have a nurse.
All right.
Computers plus medicine?
Yeah, that'd probably be it. So that would be
sure. 12?
Yeah, 12. And I am. What is it? Insight or reason? It's reason, right?
Yeah, this is gonna be reason
So that's a 16.
because you're not doing anything experimental here. You're just
No. Okay. So 3 and a 7. So that's 3 successes just on my dice.
Do you want to? Do you still want the ship
Yeah.
to assist?
Yeah, because we can get momentum.
And there's
Oh.
another 2 successes because you rolled a 1.
5 successes. Oh, good.
Nice,
We needed that.
some momentum. Oh boy.
Exactly what I was trying to do. Okay.
Yes.
Now remember, guys, if you don't have any momentum and you want to
Oh, right,
still
we can
spend
spend
it,
threat.
you
You
can
can
still
give
give
me
him
more
the-
threat.
That's
Yeah,
right.
more threat.
Yeah,
Forgetting
but
that.
I don't want to give. This is
know,
bad.
It's got to be dire.
Yeah.
That's the good threat. Yeah.
Just saying,
Yeah, we're
that's an
already
option.
pretty high. Do you have any threat now, or
I do. I
Oh,
get
yeah,
2 per player.
2 per
at
player,
the beginning
okay.
of a session. So
Ooh,
All right.
that's a
I
lot.
have some. But things have been bad enough. I haven't really felt the need to add make
Right.
things worse.
My only sunshine.
Yep.
You make me happy when skies are gray. Very good.
Nice.
I haven't
All
been
right.
binge watching Voyager, trying to research his character
Yes.
at all.
Oh, so good. So good.
All right. So yeah, you are completely successful in stabilizing her.
Cool.
She's going to be recuperating for a while, but she's going to be okay.
But I'm guessing that there's probably going to be more people coming in here at this
well,
point.
Nobody's coming right to the sick bay.
Right.
Okay.
Everybody's going to like a cargo bay at
Going
the
to the
moment.
cargo bay.
Oh, yeah, because
Cargo
they're being
bay 7.
quarantined.
They're being
Yeah.
quarantined.
Actually, I probably get a call that says, we need a medical quarantine set up.
Yeah. Medical
Yeah.
quarantine
Yeah,
set up in cargo bay
yeah,
7.
it's absolutely a thing. Well, you probably just get an alert,
Yeah.
Yep.
and you're like, "Oh, apparently there's a quarantine now. Like, I'm gonna start figuring out what kind of infectious diseases might be present."
Computer, please set a level 3 medical quarantine in Cargo Bay 6.
I love your Papa Cardo voice.
All right, so you guys,
Yeah.
you get to the airlock
Yep.
that enters into where things are sealed off for the bridge.
Do we have any way of seeing what's going on in there? Are there any working cameras? Anything?
You can try.
All right. What's
See what
what's
you
the
can
what's this?
So
These NX ships are really freaking primitive, though, man.
let's do.
How do they not have
I guess
security
it
cameras?
would be like inside engineering. I would-
Inside
yeah.
engineering. Okay, so
To
that's,
try and you
that's
can
12.
stop at a terminal and be like, okay,
You can do this. Huh?
I got a 12, so that's 1 success, right? Or does it have to be lower?
no, 1 success. One success. It doesn't. There's not like a camera,
Mm-hmm.
but it does detect one humanoid
Inside.
on the other side.
Okay. Which should not be possible since there's not air.
Well, it does. You don't
Unless
know if
they
they're in a
got
suit
That's true. They could be in a
or
suit.
or anything, but
All right.
But we
So-
can be reasonably certain they're the alien.
I think that's a pretty good guess. So let's see if we can pop this door.
Yeah.
so that becomes a challenge.
Aha.
Here's the problem.
Okay.
This door is completely sealed shut. The circuitry for it is locked down.
All right.
Kearney tries like his security override, and it's just no. There's like a higher level command authority that has said no to
Okay.
that.
You have real phasers.
We have real phasers
true,
though,
yeah,
so like
yeah.
we're not bucking like, oh, Kearney
Yep.
can't open it. I'm gonna phaser this door
Yeah.
right open.
Yeah,
you,
both
you
of us.
absolutely think you can do that, but
But
in order to cut the power to this door and get it out of the way fastest,
Yeah.
you can use your phaser instead of having to cut through the bulkhead, because that's going to take a while.
Right.
yeah.
Like, that's very much
Yeah.
You know, beginning of episode 1 of Star Wars. Like,
Yep. Yep. That's gonna take some time.
you'll get through, but
Yeah.
but you're like, there's got to be a way that we can cut in and get to the
Yeah.
right circuits and
do
open
that
it up.
something.
Yeah.
So the first task in this challenge will be a reason and engineering.
Reason and
Difficulty
engineering roll?
3.
That is used.
Reason and engineering, so that is a 14.
And spin momentum to get another die? Or
You can.
I don't know if
is
it's
it?
Not
necessary
yet.
for something like this.
3
Oh, there's
difficulty.
3 successes. Though.
It's
yeah.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we should.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
can assist.
I can. Yeah.
Does wait?
Can I
does,
assist with command?
does any of these systems analysis help?
Mm,
No.
What do you have on all your focuses?
I have
System
a.
analysis, weapon systems, plasma manifolds, espionage, phaser marksmanship.
There you go.
And I have a
Sure.
hand phasers focus as well.
so you can assist with daring and security.
Okay.
All right.
So I got
And I'm-
13.
Because if one phaser cuts through something, 2 phasers cut through
yeah.
something
And
faster.
Spend the momentum.
Yes,
There you go.
true.
So I got 9 and an 8, so that's 2 successes.
And 3 is a 13.
3
Yeah.
successes.
Is 3 under your security rating?
It's not. No, is that 10 was the total on the dice, so it's a success, but not a critical.
Oh, rock on.
So,
But you still get your
that's
3.
the third
Yeah.
success.
Yeah, you made it.
Woo!
Good job.
Yay, assistance.
So now,
Yes.
now you need to make a daring or reason and engineering task. Difficulty 4
Snaps.
to disconnect the correct circuitry.
got
So
this.
it's, my daring is 10.
But you could use reason if that's better.
And my reason is also 10.
Hmm.
We want a lower number. No, we want a higher number. So
Yeah, higher is
10
better.
and engineering is 4 for me. So
14 total for him. And what's your daring and engineering?
My daring and engineering is 9.
There you go.
so that's gonna be me.
You want to spend a second.
Do we want to spend the second momentum here, or do I?
This
many
is 4
successes?
successes. And
Four.
Oh, we need 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
need.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Since you are unfamiliar with...
And we
And-
can
yeah,
actually give
let's-
him to add yet
Let's
another
give
die.
Let's have
him
another
that.
one,
Yeah,
yep.
so I have a
There you
fifth
go.
die.
Add a 5th die.
Excellent.
Oh, no. I'm the worst.
Jeez.
Oh, yeah, this is all a
This
bad
is
roll.
terrible.
That is horrible.
1 success.
And 1 complication.
Oh boy.
Back to texting, my friends.
We're so dead.
Oh my god! No wonder I've been screwed. I've been like keeping my my dice trained on rolling 20s, and I need to put them on 1s. Damn it!
Fool. The semi-liquid
So-
nature of that metal has been trained now.
Right. Ooh,
All right.
Okay.
So, you get to work and you're starting to disassemble this circuit panel, and the captain leans over and he goes, "It's totally this one." And he pulls something out,
God damn it, Skip.
and like, and it
I
actually
remember my engineering correspondence course. Yeah.
it actually doesn't unlock the door, and in fact, it cuts the lights in the hallway.
Oh, great.
So now you are illuminated only by. Well, you don't even have your tricorder.
Nope.
Sorry.
You
don't
don't have
have-
your tricorder either?
No, I don't have my tricorder. You didn't get your tricorder back?
Well, no, yeah, I
You
got
gave
my
him a big speech. You didn't give me your
I got my
tricorder.
phaser back.
got your
so
stuff.
yeah, I got my
Yeah.
stuff back. Yeah,
All right,
so I do
so-
have my
okay,
tricorder.
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Where's your tricorder? Here, use mine.
You're yelling at me. Okay. All right. We don't have time for that.
Frank does
Captain,
have
I
his
get it,
privileges.
right? Exactly.
There is totally
Lieutenant.
an entire session with the counselor coming soon.
Yeah, right.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Okay. it's
I got
fine,
a big
it's fine.
bottle of that peanut butter milk stout, and it was freaking excellent.
Oh, I love it,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
Okay.
1 second.
Oh, no.
The intercom next to the door lights
Yeah.
up.
You haven't broken that yet.
It still works.
Give me.
For
Start
now.
going.
And the captain's just like, like, damn it, Captain, why? Why did you do that?
It's just like shooting things.
So the intercom lights up.
And this voice comes out of it and says, "I'm sorry, this is the only way. I've never met any of this to happen. You have to believe me. I never wanted to hurt anybody, but you humans, all you do is hurt each other. And I just don't understand. you've tried to hunt me down like an animal. I don't hate you. I just was trying to get out of here. I'm just a scientist, an explorer, and if I could save you, I would. But just take comfort knowing that your sacrifice is going to save millions of people.
You can totally save us.
I'm going to, talk back. Hold on. We are not the humans who are trying to hurt you and hunt you and kill each other. We are trying to save everyone, and we would like to save you as well. Please just stop the overload and talk to us. We have a way out of here for everyone. Can I persuade?
It's beyond human persuasion.
Yeah, I think you can. Yeah, give it a try. It's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking like 5.
5 successes.
Yep, and we've already spent all of our pips, Mr. 4-Pip.
Yep. Yeah. I need my Ultra Captain Pip for this one.
Yeah, I know. Dude, things are looking grim. Dude.
Well, I have my diffuse the tension. Sorry. So that allows me to add a bonus d20.
Okay.
I have persuasion focus. The important fights are the hard ones. Well, I mean, but a value doesn't help if I don't have determination, right?
Correct. You do not have a point of determination to spend at the
Okay.
moment.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So, all right. So,
Yeah, you spent it earlier.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to spend 2 threat.
2 threat.
It needs to be 3 threat.
Oh,
Because
3
the
threat to
first
get
die is 1, and the
Yeah.
second die is an additional 2.
Man. Okay.
And now you're at the max amount of dice you can
Yeah,
get.
5
All
dice
right.
is the maximum amount of dice.
Oh,
I believe in you.
I believe.
It's going to be great.
Come on, Captain Mulata.
It's going to be great.
Rub the
And
lucky
this is
nipple.
a
Rub the lucky
presence
nipple.
plus command.
Yeah.
So that's a 16. Oh, there's a critical.
There's another one.
Yeah. And then
That's 4 successes.
14, 16,
7.
and 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If the 7 makes it.
Actually, the 16 makes it as
So
well.
it's
All
6.
of them. 5, 6, 7. 7 successes.
Huzzah! You silver-tongued
Alien
bastard.
creature, talk to me.
You're seducing the alien creature.
Yes,
You are a
right?
Kirk.
Yeah. By the way, I'm super hot.
And whatever
And
it is you got going on over there, I dig it.
I will totally have sex with you. And you're clearly a science nerd, so you probably haven't had sex in a while.
Oh.
Especially not with human parts that you're possessing. It's going to be great. I do not say that.
That is exactly what is not coming out of my mouth. All right. So, here's what happens. He goes, well, do you think there's a way you can get... We need a massive matter-antimatter explosion near my ship in order to propel me back home.
We've also reached that conclusion, and we came to... we realized, as you did, that this warp core will do that, but we need to get everyone safely off of it first and onto my ship, including you, if you'll come with us.
Well, no, I have to get back to my ship.
And you'll be able to survive this explosion?
It's what I need to be able to propel my gravity drive back to where I came from.
Your ship is the anomaly, isn't it?
Yes.
Give us time to get all of the crew off of this ship to safety.
And we'll just give it to you. Blow it up. Do whatever
Right,
you
yeah.
want.
Take it,
Oh, okay.
create
All right.
create the explosion that you need.
We can. I can delay for a short time. I've already, like, we're already in motion towards my ship. So when we get there, that's when I need to detonate.
Perfect.
But if that's enough time for you, I can delay things that long.
I think that'll do.
Contact Higgins. How long do we have till everyone's ready?
Higgins, how close are we?
Man,
Times factor, Higgins.
no, this is GM mathing instead. Like,
Oh, man. Well, the guys here say it's going to take at least, 10 minutes? I love
so
Tony
if it's
Shalhoub.
6 people, the cycle takes like 45 seconds.
Yeah.
No, it takes less time than that. It takes like 30 seconds. But that's 30 seconds for 6. And you need to get 60 away.
Yeah.
So that's 300 seconds.
It's about, 5 minutes?
Yeah, it's not that long at all.
Yeah.
It's not that long. Okay.
So he probably needs about 5 more minutes.
You need 5 more minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
It'll take us 5 more minutes to get everyone off this ship. Can you give us 5 more minutes before you detonate the warp core?
Yeah, yeah.
Great.
We can do that.
Because everybody in the galaxy knows exactly what a minute is. Another Star Trekism that's always got.
Hey,
Right? Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
hey.
Look at the countdown in front of you and set it to 500.
You can see that some of the Atlantis crew members that came with you rushing up here, they're kind of agitated about, like, that fucking aliens killed some of our people and caused all of this. Like, you're getting the, like, sense of it's like a crowd that's getting to the point where
They
they're
want
about to
revenge.
boil over.
Yeah.
Because they're 22nd century humans. They're not as evolved
Yeah.
as you people.
That's right, yeah. They're still using
Yeah,
the
they still
money.
eat red
Oh
meat
my
and shit.
God.
Right? Yeah. That alien is as confused and terrified as all of you were. And if you remember, a lot of your people killed way more of your own than that alien did.
Good point.
Everyone here made mistakes. And this alien clearly wants to rectify that mistake and stop this problem.
Okay. And you see them, and they're going along with this because you've made now like 3 epic
Yes.
Yeah.
persuasions. So they're like, all right, okay.
That's why I've
We're
been
gonna do
captain
this.
for 18 hours, mother.
If your teeth don't twinkle, I don't know what the fuck. Seriously, every time you turn around, it should be ting.
Also, I'm hot, so you will listen to me.
So you guys are waiting for that cycle.
Right.
I think back in sickbay, you're kind of cleaning and reorganizing things according to spec, and you are hit from behind with like one of those plastic hypospray carrying boxes,
Right.
Okay, I turn around and say, state the nature of the medical emergency.
and you see Mallory is up, like she's still wearing her surgical gown or whatever, and she's like kind of wild-eyed, and she's like,
Commander,
where am I?
Commander,
Alien,
please.
you've kidnapped me.
Please calm down, please. You're in the medical bay of the USS. What was it? Barbican. You are in the medical bay of the USS Barbican. I have performed surgery upon you brilliantly, might I add, to save your life. You were fired upon by one of your own crew members and transported aboard this ship so that I may treat you.
she's like, oh.
Now, if you would quit your attempt to assault a hologram, I will take that from you. Thank you.
And she kind of like, she's shocked and she's like, hologram. But at the same time, she saw that you had no reaction to getting clubbed over the back of the head.
Yeah.
So she's like, but like, she's clearly like, I gotta get out of here.
You're feeling disoriented.
And she just makes a run for the sickbay door.
Okay.
So if you want to stop her, we can do like a daring roll, depending on which method you want to do. Like, are you physically going to try and grab her,
Doctor in
or
action.
Computer, please erect a level 2 force field in front of the door, med bay door.
Yes.
so let's do a you know what?
A daring plus
you know,
engineering?
No, I don't think it's going to be daring because you didn't go with a daring way. I think it's going to be reason and security.
Okay. So that's a 12. All right. There's 11 and a 1. So that's 3 successes.
Yeah. So like she's running for it, and you just say that, and then and she just bounces off. And
I take a hypo spray, and I pick her up and put her on bed. Security to medical bay. We're going to need to restrain our patient.
But yeah, that was good.
Oh god. Oh my god. Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Excuse me. The alien, he says, you're just about done. Like, even the crew members that are near you guys have started to disappear. The alien's like, it's almost time. Like, I need to start the detonation process so that it's timed correctly so that I can get out of here.
Do you have a name?
And, like, you hear a weird-ass blat of noise. Like, it is, like, the universal translator is clearly not capable of keeping up with whatever just came over the comm.
I wish we could have learned more about each other. I think you'll find that humans and other species of the Federation are much more civil than your experience. If you are ever back in this dimension again, please contact the Federation.
Hopefully we can.
Quick question. You said millions of people were going to die?
Do you ask?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. No, that's like...
He's like, is that an in-character
That's an
question?
in-character.
Yeah,
Just-
very
Okay,
good.
out of character. I totally didn't catch that he
Just
said
quick
that.
question
That they said
before
that.
we go. You said that thing about millions of people dying.
If I don't manage to get my ship back
Yeah.
to the correct dimension, this anomaly isn't going to stop growing.
Oh, okay.
It will continue until there's nothing left on your side.
All right. Well, good luck. Godspeed. We're going to go now.
And Higgins is like, are you
Yeah.
ready to transport?
Yep. 2 to beam up.
I'm going to make the safe assumption that you don't actually forget Trist with her hand on the
Yes.
and that's
Oh,
the
yes.
beam.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've already...
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
part of
Because
it.
I'm not being a douchebag GM. Like, ha 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 ha! You killed the player that couldn't be here.
part of Higgins transporting people was that.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, at this point, me and Rorg and Kearney should be the only ones left
We're the
on
last
the
ones.
Atlantis.
and you guys get off.
Or actually, just me and you.
Yeah.
Kearney's probably already taken out.
Do you transport yourselves into the quarantine sick bay, into the quarantine cargo bay, or do you?
We would have communicated to Higgins at some point
Right.
that
Yeah, no,
That's
we're
what-
going
I'm just
to
asking
barbecue-
where
yeah.
you wanted to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, we're going to go to the regular
transporter room
With Kearney.
With Kearney.
Kearney would already be there. Trist, Inalos, and Jojevet would have been transported over to a transporter room.
Very good.
Separately.
Yeah, Kearney's in the cargo bay with the rest of the
Yeah.
Atlantis crew.
Okay.
Yeah, that would
I just
make
wanted
the
to be
most
totally
sense.
clear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kearney's with the Atlantis crew. We're in the regular transporter bay with the rest of the Barbican crew.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
So you are back on board your ship. And the Atlantis, you see that there's like it looks almost like a tractor beam, but it's a different effect than you're used to seeing. That kind of reaches out from the alien ship and starts accelerating the Atlantis towards it. And then right as it gets to the point when it's just about to make contact, the Atlantis just crumples in on itself and explodes. And the other ship that had been ghosting in and out on sensors, it vanishes away in almost like a Q flash of light. And the anomaly is just as quickly gone. So like the ship that was right and rough and things were all like everything was on low power mode immediately just goes yeah. And you can feel like the load on the engines immediately drops and everything goes back
We're all
to
good.
safely cruising in space. Excuse me, I didn't even get time to reach for the cough button. Space around seems to have calmed down as well.
Yeah.
The planet's still kind of messed up from all the crazy gravitational waves and stuff, but there is nothing left of the Atlantis or the other ship. Like it's like it was never there. Yeah. So you get back to the bridge of the Barbican.
Wow, that was a fun time.
I just feel like there's such an opportunity to learn, squandered by paranoia and mistrust.
Yeah. It's a real shame.
And now we have 80 people who are 200 years in their future,
Yeah.
and they are stuck on our ship.
I would definitely recommend making our way back to the nearest starbase and getting them the hell off our ship.
Probably a good idea.
Because some of them are probably going to have to stand trial for some court-martials for things that they have done.
And the rest are going to need counseling.
Yeah, lots of counseling. A whole lot of counseling.
And I still don't have a first officer.
Nope.
Rory, you've known me a long time.
Yep.
Do you trust me?
Of course, Skip.
You
Thanks.
Just not around door hydraulics.
Engineering's not your strong suit, but other than that, you're great.
that's why I'm here. Like just
Right, yeah.
remember we had this whole discussion earlier about people are experts in their field.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
So
Yeah.
stay in your field, Captain.
I will
Know
not.
your role.
Yeah, right, yeah. I even have the value everyone has their place.
Yeah. Yours not doing engineering stuff.
But I want to touch the button.
Don't touch the button.
He touched the butt. All right. You after you guys kind of you take a second and you settle down into the command chair, and you just kind of let out that tension relieving sigh. And
We all make fun of the Vulcan and laugh at our little racist comment about how awful they are. And Sid raises
That's
its
how it
eyebrows.
goes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, that's not. Sorry.
Wah,
Wrong
wah.
series.
Yeah. That was the 200 years ago humans.
Right? Yeah.
They've learned to be a little bit better by now. But immediately on the main view screen, it pops up with like a big so it goes from the field of stars to this big overlay that's a weird looking Klingon Empire symbol.
Oh, boy.
Like it's not a normal looking one. And then there's a message that just immediately plays over the speakers, and like you can see the comm officer sitting there like,
Bracy, where's that coming from?
Sir, I don't have a direction. It's just a very, very high-powered transmission aimed at us. And then this voice comes over the speakers that says, "This is the Alliance cruiser, Maha-Cha. You have intruded upon Alliance space. Your vessel is subject to impound. Power down all of your engines and prepare for boarding." And then it flashes onto the screen and it shows the traditional Klingon captain in his monstrous chair.
Yeah.
But then immediately standing next to him is a Cardassian with a batleth on their back.
What?
And
Way to change the timeline, Cap.
and sitting in front of him at a terminal is a Bajoran.
Are you kidding me?
Not even. Oh, boy. Looks like we screwed something up, Cap.
This is Captain Isaac Malata of the Federation starship Barbican. We need to talk.
We do not recognize your Federation. Power down your systems. And I think that's a good place to stop for today.
No, this is a good place to stop. Excuse me. Someone please turn off my program.
Would someone please remember to turn off my program?
Very good.
Oh,
Yes.
Wow.
Super fun, guys.
Stopped it right before I was going to say hit it.
Right, yeah.
Yes. Maximum warp immediately.
Right,
now.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. How fast can we
Warp
get
factor, what's the upper limit?
Right, yeah, yeah.
9 point all of it.
Right. yeah.
All the points.
9-point floor it.
Oh my
Let's
God.
go.
Oh, so good. Oh no. Mirror universe.
Oh boy.
I'm
How did that
so
happen?
happy.
That's what you do. What happens when you muck about with time?
Yeah.
You never muck about with time.
Nope. Never.
Temporal prime directive, bitches.
Right? I'm just so sad I didn't get to personally interact with the emergency medical hologram.
Dude, I could come back at any point. You never know.
Please.
I mean,
You
I'm
need
happy.
an executive officer so he
Yeah.
can come back as
Actually,
an emergency command hologram.
I do have that
Yes.
functionality,
Yes.
actually.
Right?
Yes.
That would be amazing.
We need a first
Yeah.
officer. Well,
Yeah.
computer, activate the emergency command hologram.
Right? Yeah. That's right. Except you'd be Andy Dick.
No.
Nope.
But I could be Andy Dick.
No, nobody wants
Just
that.
find me the cocaine.
Nobody
I could be
wants
Andy
right?
Dick. No
Yeah.
problem.
Nobody wants that.
There's
Yeah.
not enough.
Yeah.
There's not enough of that substance on the planet to get you to Andy Dick. All right. So thank you out there for joining us. We
Yes.
will be back next week
Yes.
for our regularly scheduled game.
Yes.
Hopefully with a bigger crew.
Yes.
Yes.
So that we can have even more fun and see what the hell's about to happen.
Yeah.
Because I will also say that you have completed the first little arc of the game.
Yay!
So we are
Nice.
completely
You did
out of pre-written territory. So
Oh,
now
yes.
you are all in my clutches.
Improv Kadave.
Dude, can we land on a planet and fight with Abraham Lincoln to fight off evil aliens?
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't
that could be a
see
We
why
thing.
could do a Dead President's crossover
Right?
to Star Trek, with that episode being the link in between.
Yeah.
Link in between.
Oh, man. And with that, good night out there. We will see you next week.
Yeah.
Uh,
Good night, everybody. Live long and prosper.
Indeed.
There's going to be
Peace and
many
long life.
more games and stuff, and I will show you the calendar of knowledge. Behold it.